So my name is Scott Roberts. I'm from the United States of America. That's a very interesting question because the first massage I ever technically got paid for, I was 11 years old. My dad was stationed in Germany, and one of his friends had back pain, and he would give me 5 Deutschmarks, which was the currency before the euros. That was the German currency. And I actually would get massage his back and then run down to the bakery and buy some candy and sweets. All right, so in 1992, I was in language school in the Army learning Russian. And in the barracks, when all the chairs got full, someone would sit down on the floor with their pillow underneath their butt for cushioning to watch TV, to watch the game or whatever else was on. And I would work on shoulders and necks in front of me. And I got a lot of feedback about how good it felt and that I should do this for a living. And so I actually went to massage school in Monterey, California in 1992. Unfortunately, when I moved out of California, my licensure and training did not qualify me to do so anywhere else. And it wasn't until 10 years ago now, so that would have been, it's 2010, that I went back to massage school here in Florida. I decided that I was done with all the other things I've done in my lifetime professionally, and then I was going to go back to massage school and open up my own business. Long answer. So overall, I like to combine everything into one category, which is therapeutic massage and bodywork. And what that means is that we're actually addressing areas of the body that that client is struggling with, whether it be to poor posture, prolonged sitting, prolonged standing, accidents, injuries, repetitive motion, those types of things that would cause discomfort, limit range of motion, and things of that nature. I've learned the following modalities. That includes neuromuscular therapy, myofascial release, deep tissue, sports massage, active isolated stretching, cupping, taping, scraping, and I've had some training in myoskeletal alignment techniques. And then I've also been a personal trainer, and I've been trained in another corrective exercise approach called physiokinetics. I have 7 TRX certifications. As a personal trainer, I've specialized in TRX suspension straps. I believe it's important to always remain a student of my craft as opposed to feeling like I am an expert of anything. It's always important to keep learning and gaining new skills. Well, I usually have a copy of it sitting out here on the table, but I let someone borrow it. Anyway, in 1992, when I was in language school and then massage school, one of my fellow massage school students gave me the nickname of Peaceful Warrior. At that time, I thought it was because of massage school, which would make me peaceful, and the Army, which would make me a warrior. And she kind of laughed and thought it was appropriate and fitting and applied, but it wasn't the reason why she gave me the nickname. The nickname was based on a book called Way of the Peaceful Warrior by Dan Millman, and in which a young college athlete, through some trials and tribulations and the mentorship of a crazy old man at a gas station, learns what it means to become a peaceful warrior. So it was a huge compliment. It's a great book. I highly recommend, if you haven't read it, to read it. Well, originally I was looking at a location up in Pinellas Park because that's where I lived at that time. And the location that was available was right next door to a Subway, whereas here we're 2 doors away from a Subway. But it was on the same wall that their oven was on. And so every time that oven would close, as they toasted the bread or toasted the sandwich, you could hear that vibrating through the space. So I knew that wasn't going to work very well. And he said he had a perfect location for me in downtown St. Pete, and I drove down here, and the location was right, the price was right, and that's why I chose this space. I'm still here 9 years later. It is an absolute pleasure to be able to get along with someone so well that you not only want to live with them, but you also want to work with them. So there are some things that we don't always agree on or see eye to eye on, but we have the same overall goal, which is to help people in the effort of helping them feel better, move better, and be better through therapeutic massage and body work in this office. we really pride ourselves on not only taking care of our clients, but doing everything we can to take care of our employees, our fellow therapists. We have a little bit more of a almost partnership-like arrangement than a strict employee owner type situation. I believe that we have a much more personalized experience for our clients, that we're a lot more focused on building that relationship to continue to build and establish the trust that goes into care when it's all said and done. We really are invested in that person's well-being, and we're, like I said, we're very specific with our work. If someone comes in with a frozen shoulder, I could very easily spend the entire length of their massage on the shoulder and areas surrounding the shoulder that would be compensating for that injury and being what it is. And it's just really about that client each time they come in. That's what we do a really good job of making different.
I can definitely agree with that.
When you feel better, you feel more like you. And when you move better, there's so much you can do. Be who you were meant to be. Peaceful Warriors Wellness. Feel better, move better, be better. Peaceful Warriors. Peaceful Warriors Wellness. Feel better, move better, be better.
Hi, I'm Lena Roberts, and I'm from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I love the freedom of massage therapy. I got into it because of all of my years of working in the hospital. I just got burnt out, really, just completely burned out. And one day I was sitting at the beach, and I watched this little girl, she wasn't a little girl, she was probably 20, carry her table out to the beach. This lady comes out, gets on the table, she's out there for about an hour. It was at sunset. The lady gets up and leaves, and as the girl's carrying her table back up off of the sand, I say, just by any chance, how much did you charge for that? She said, I charged $200. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's a bath? You're giving them a bed bath. Same motions. I can do that. And so I was able to go to massage therapy school, come right out of massage therapy school, and start a business. Yeah, I want to stop there. When I was in massage therapy school, I was really focused on therapeutic massage. I was very much into rehab and recovery, and I think that my goal was to own a rehab clinic in 5 years, and we hit that goal within like the first year. It was just amazing how well this Peaceful Warriors came about. I really focused on therapeutic massage during massage therapy school, and for the first like 3 or 4 years afterwards. I was very much deep tissue myofascial release. I felt like you had to get in there and work on it to really get to release. And as my body changed, that no longer worked for me. I needed to be relaxed in order for any kind of therapeutic work to be beneficial to me. And so I've kind of adjusted my approach to massage therapy as my body has changed. I am now very much feel like that I have to get my mind and like all of my senses, the smell, the sight, the taste, everything has to be touched with me in order for me to start calming down. So now is the reason why I have kind of gotten to more of the reflexology, which is an absolute wonderful way to relax. And then I'll probably add in a little bit of therapeutic massage towards the end. It's like I get everything worked out and relaxed down with the reflexology so that whenever I do go to work on the muscles, they're much more relaxed. Okay, is it going?
Yeah.
Is the video going? Scott is probably the most intensely driven small businessman that I have ever known. If you give him a task, he is going to get it done. But you need to make sure that you need that task done before you ask him to do it, because it is going to get done. Scott is a very much a man in that he's going to work to get it done so that he can see the accomplishments of his hard work. So he is going to give you 100% of what he has while he works on it. Now that is very intense, especially for someone like me that likes softer and gentler things. But I think that we balance each other, because where he is gung-ho, I'm going, wait a minute. Let's look at this situation before we do anything about this. Let's look at the whole thing, and then we'll make our decision on how to go about it. So it does balance. We balance each other out. Our typical client is someone who is very active that now hurts for whatever reason. If you sit in a chair all the time, or if you are training for a triathlon, any of those, your body hurts. And we have a bunch of different modalities and a bunch of different approaches that work for so many. Really? Okay, that's all. We have a bunch of different modalities and a bunch of different therapists that can probably find, within our therapists, we can find someone that will meet your needs.
When you feel better, you feel more like you. And when you move better, there's so much you can do. Be who you were meant to be. Peaceful Warriors Wellness. Feel better, move better, be better. Peaceful Warriors. Peaceful Warriors Wellness. Feel better, move better, be better.
My name is Catherine White, and I am from St. Petersburg, Florida, born and raised. Gee, the first question stumped me. I got into massage therapy about 20-something years ago when I had always liked massage therapy, always was interested in it, wanted to be in the medical world helping people, but wasn't so good with the things that nurses do. So I pursued it in Nashville, Tennessee. That's where I first started this. Okay, so I practice several modalities. I was originally trained in the Western modalities, Swedish, the things, I believe probably hot stones is probably a Western modality. I don't know, it could be from anywhere. And then I got retrained some more into Eastern modalities. So I practice a combination of very slow, thoughtful movement, long strokes, very deep relaxation, but I do use a bit of pressure, quite a bit of pressure. I kind of just gauge the muscle by what I feel it needs. And I incorporate energy work, which is something that all therapists do. I think some of us are a little more aware of the energy type of work that we're doing, and I sometimes share with my clients about it when they're open, and sometimes it's just something that goes on between the therapist and the client. Energy is being exchanged always. Wow, that's a big one. I had been out on the beaches working for quite a few years and realized that I wanted to be a part of downtown St. Pete because it's such an exciting and energy-filled place. And so I think I had heard about Peaceful Warriors from another therapist, had moved down in this area and had worked here for quite a long time. I know she's moved on from here, but I checked out some other places, and when I checked out Peaceful Warriors, it definitely felt like a great feel for me, a great fit. We are not like a corporate ran massage therapy place. We're very individual, yet we feed off of each other and we talk about what we're doing with each other. So we really learn all the time from one another. Some of the other places I checked into, there wasn't a whole lot of that going on, it seemed like. Of the teamwork, the coming together as a group kind of thing. It was really just a different feel. Oh, this will be fun. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to have to think about that. Okay, well, working with Lena and Scott, first of all, it's about the best scenario I could have ever asked for a fit for myself. They are very honest. They're fun, which is really important to me. Laughter is important. They are into education and all of us getting, continuing education, which is so important in our field. They run a business like a business, but they are not, it doesn't have a corporate feel to it. So, we see each other, we talk to each other, we communicate everything. We try and talk about what's going on with the business, with the area, with, what's going on with the economy and that kind of thing. So I'd say that we all are a big part. We're not kept kind of like out here while people are making decisions over here, and then we just got to go with that. So, they're good people to be with. Yeah. Because I know that they will be addressed in the way that I believe they will want to be. In other words, we listen. We sit down and talk with people before we actually work with them. We talk to them every time we see them, and to an extent of knowing what's happening, what happened the last time they were here. And I think you don't get just to have that in a lot of places anymore. It's just very individualized, and we are not a rush you through. I've been or experienced places where they've got it booked like yay, and we aren't like that. We have a good break in between each scheduled client, so we're not rattled, we're not rushed when you get here.
I was always wondering what, as a massage therapist for your clients, when you're getting ready to have that appointment with them, what steps would you like them to take beforehand, and then what steps would you like them to take afterwards?
So a lot of suggestions that I have with a lot of my clients is before going into a session, I always recommend, obviously, hydrate.
Definitely drink water. I think everybody's going to say this.
Number one, drink a lot of water.
More water. You can never drink enough water.
I mean, you hear hydrate all the time.
You know, the body needs water. It makes receiving the massage easier, giving the massage easier.
Drink a lot of water, period, in your life. Water is free.
Check your urine color, you know. I don't know if I could say pee, but check your pee. Okay.
Water is really important because our cells are constantly bringing in and out water, and when you push on the body, it flushes the water out of the cells. So you're going to want to be drinking a lot of water so that your body, it doesn't reabsorb the toxins that it flushes out.
It can change your life. And I'm not talking about sipping a couple 16-ounce glasses the entire day. I'm really talking about really drinking water and flushing.
Make sure it's in that clearer range. A little bit of yellow is fine, but check that. Check your skin if it bounces back. That's another way to know that you're hydrated.
If you ever have, if you get a stiff neck, or all of a sudden you get a spasm, or just something really just comes on and it's like, wow, I don't know where that came from. Guaranteed, if you drink 3 or 4 tall glasses of water, you will start to feel something change there. It's almost always dehydration, especially in Florida. It's our number one reason for the emergency room here.
Especially when we live in Florida.
If you have a headache and you normally don't, or if you've had, a few extra drinks, knocked them back the night before, consider, do your own research, see if a little squeeze of lemon, pinch of sea salt might help you, things like that.
I always suggest, grounding yourself, whether that means you make sure that you wake up in the morning and you go for a run, you sit and meditate, you have lunch with a loved one. Getting yourself really mentally prepared for the massage, I think, is also very ideal for the client and for the therapist. I think that coming into and before getting on the table, just, again, trusting me as well, because, we have a relationship, so trust is very, very important throughout the process as well.
I would also say to be as open and honest with your therapist as you are comfortable with. We're here to help you, not judge you, so just tell us everything so that we can do the best job that we know how to do.
Rest, downtime, and you got to be real aware of your nutrition. Are you putting a lot of processed foods in your system? Are you resting? Are you sleeping? Are you getting sleep? Those are some of the main things: nutrition, hydration, and rest.
Get some food in your belly too. I always advise people, boost up that nutrition too, because for me personally, I know that I always feel better after I eat well after a massage. So
yeah, check out just some fresh produce, but don't do anything crazy that you if it already worked for you, then if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If you need to come on an empty stomach versus somebody else that can eat, don't just go change it up. Just go with what your body is comfortable with.
Also, don't work out after your massage. Let your muscles rest and recover so that you don't tense them back up. And also, they're not going to be able to perform as well after a massage anyway, because they are so relaxed. So just skip the workout for the day.
Well, it's very important to be invested in your own self-care. And so what I mean by that is, and I try really hard to do a good job with my clients on this, to teach them how to do these things properly. Stretching every single day.
Do a little foam rolling, stretching, just so, I mean, we're still going to give you, we're going to get in there. Of course, we're going to give you whatever your body needs, but, you know, if we don't need to work on that spot as much, then it'll give us more of an opportunity to work on something else that we may have not gotten to if it was too tight, you know, in the other spot.
Stretching every single day in between your sessions is vital and important to helping you reduce pain, increasing range of motion, and limiting, having those limitations of range of motion that you might currently have.
One of the other things that I would advise anyone to do in between massage sessions is to stretch. To stretch all of the areas, like if your shoulder hurts, stretch your arms, stretch your pecs, stretch your back, stretch twisting, stretch up, stretch all around.
If your therapist gives you stretches, try to do the stretches. Write them down, take a picture. We're giving them to you because we think they're going to help you, and if you want to have the most prolonged results, the stretching and the exercises that we give you will help you achieve that.
Also, targeted exercise. So there are certain exercises that will help open up the shoulders. Many people have naturally rounded shoulders, and it's caving in. They have lower back problems. If you strengthen the proper muscles, you'll create the stability in the joint and allow it to work the way it's supposed to. As a matter of fact, 3 days a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I conduct a live session on Facebook in which I help guide people through the stretches and exercises that commonly most people need to do every day. So if you can go back and look at it on Facebook now and play the ones I've done in the past, you'll notice that they kind of are a little bit repetitive, but that's on purpose, and that repetition will pay off and work.